just over 6,600 pounds as you see it here. This is a Cherokee 255 fifth wheel toy hauler here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And this is a really impressive RV. Like, when you look at it, it's kind of a plain vanilla floor plan. You know, there's plenty of floor plans like this out there, but usually they're travel trailers. And there's a lot of people looking for a fifth wheel toy hauler, but maybe you've got a half-ton pickup. This is one of the very few, and really I say the few because I'm not aware of any others. As far as I know, it's about the only fifth wheel toy hauler that is potentially truly half-ton towable. Again, only 6,660 pounds unloaded, and that's very awesome. And here's the really crazy part, guys. This thing, despite having a really nice equipment package too, actually weighs less and costs less than a bunch of 26-foot no-slide travel trailer toy haulers you'll often find in the marketplace. Like I said, it is an impressive piece of equipment. And a quick note before we step inside, we like to put the roll-down screen wall on the back of these. And it has, if you notice on the left side, you can actually see the interior windows, but on the right side you can't. That's because they're little roll-up privacy panels. So if you want to turn this thing into basically a giant rolling wide open 3 seasons room, you absolutely can. You can keep the sun blocked out if you want. You know, it's great to get that fresh airflow. It's also nice just to kind of be able to, you know, come and go from the patio space without letting all the bugs in your RV. And I think that's probably my favorite aspect of it. I don't like it when bugs bug me. Now in the back here, there's this like big 6-person mega dinette that can fold down into just a monstrous bed, like an 8-foot long bed, and that's cool. That's great for extra sleeping. That'll give you a total sleeping capacity of, you know, 4 people easily. But that's normally where it stops. However, right now you see that we're looking at a very toy hauler common Happy Jack power bed lift right here. And you're thinking, well, you know, what's so earth-shatteringly unusual about that? The thing is, in a 255 RR Cherokee, this is normally not an available option. It's not even on the actual options list. We called and we have our 250 RRs at Haylett RV custom built this way to give you that extra sleeping capacity, or you could always just kick the mattress out and gain, you know, maximum cargo space if that's your interest as well. And it's like I said, 6-person mega dinette. I mean, you can comfortably seat 6 adults there. And of course, that handy little 12-volt operated, you know, drop-down queen-ish bed. It just sort of, you know, push the button, pulls itself up, gets it out of the way, gives you that, you know, daytime living space that you're looking for. But eventually, you're probably going to want to load something in here. So the question naturally begs, what can you load in it? And one of the benefits of these big open garage designs like this, especially with 10 of these 2,500-pound D-ring tie-downs, is you can load just about anything you want in here. Now, we've had people load side-by-side razors. You have enough room between the kitchen and the wall to do that. Obviously, those benches fold up out of the way, and when you have that power bed lift, you know, it's up out of the way. The tail back here is dovetailed for easy loading, and if you want to kind of cheat the load angle, what you can do, guys, is kind of artificially crank the nose of the trailer up a little bit higher than normal, which is easy with the power front leveling jacks you have on this RV. And what that'll do is it'll drop the tailgate down to make loading this a little bit simpler and easier, and especially, it's not the loading so much as the unloading, especially if you're going backwards. That's the real sketchy time, and that's where that easier angle of attack is going to be very welcome. Also, notice, no carpet down here. So, if you do have some schmutz on the tires, just brush it out the back door and be done with it. No big deal. Now, as we move forward into the kitchen space, I want to point out a couple easy to miss things too. There are a lot of outlets in this RV, whether it's household outlets or USB plugs. Like you can see, household outlets on both sides of the sofa, and USB plugs over there by the kitchen, as well as both household and USB plugs over here by this sofa. I mean, if you're using it for seating, sleeping, whatever, you can always keep stuff charged up. As long as we're facing this way. This is a spot over here, like below that window. A lot of times people will go ahead and add a couple little chairs or something. That's easy loose stuff. If that's the kind of stuff you need, guys, give us a call here at Haylett RV. We can make that happen. You've got big cabinet space above here, and one thing I like about this huge window is it's overlooking your campsite, and it slides open for just maximum crazy good airflow in here. Now, over in the main kitchen area, There's kind of like a 10 pounds of sugar and a 5-pound sack situation. And this is a kitchen arrangement that Cherokee uses to just great effect in so many of their models. So we're going to start here with the fact that they're using 2 big drawers as opposed to, 2 or 3 small ones. Very nice for those bigger spatulas or like, grill lighters that can sometimes get stuck in a smaller drawer. There's not a whole lot of space below the sink you can use. Now, it would have been easy for me to leave those doors closed and said, wow, look at the cabinet below the sink. But again, that's not the type of place we are at Haylett RV. Now, that sink cover that's sitting on the stove door, I've got the oven open currently. I did that just so that you could get a really good look at this just sharp looking skirted stainless steel farm sink. Big, huge basin on that, so you can really get some big stuff in there and go to town. And then, when you're done, what's neat is there's a little nub, bumper, whatever, on the end of this thing. You slot, ooh, I'm not left-handed, there we go. Slot this thing down in here, and it'll hold itself in place. And now, between that flush mount sink cover and that stovetop with the tempered glass cover, you've got some pretty good prep space in this little camper with, look at that, another not just kitchen window, but a breeze window. Now, one of the cool parts about this being a toy hauler is that you've got really tall ceilings, and that translates into huge cabinetry. And while we're looking up here, I do also want to point out the fact that not only do you have a ceiling fan in here, but it's also 12-volt powered. So this is boondock friendly is what that means, guys. It's battery power friendly. Now, if you choose to add a TV or entertainment center, you have the perfect little place up here to do it. If you want to go ahead and slap a TV against the wall. Now, that is not one of those foamy brick thing walls that's really hard to clean. It's just a really high definition brick looking print on a wall panel, but it sure does have the look, doesn't it? Now, for entertainment, we have our Bluetooth stereo over here with our HDMI expansion port, and that is one of the reasons why if we look up top here, you see a matching USB plug up there, so you can kind of have different things plugged into different areas, so you don't have this ugly scraggle wiring. They actually ran the wiring through the wall for you. Now, right when you walk in the door, and next to the kitchen, we have this combination closet pantry. So when you first walk right in, you've got coat hanging hooks right in front of you, but you see we also have storage pockets in here. Now it's on the shadow side over there, a little harder to see, but much easier to see over here. And these are deep. This is as deep as the refrigerator. So there's actually a really good kitchen storage capacity going on here. And again, what's funny, it weighs less and costs less than a lot of travel trailer toy haulers with a nearly identical floor plan. This is a strong offering, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see that we've got dual entry to the bedroom and bathroom here. So it's kind of an easy come and go thing. Very handy if you are using this as something of an alternative bunkhouse and you have some guests or kids, in the main area. Now, a couple really neat features here. This bed does easy lift for storage below. Again, my little left-handed chicken arms, and I already said I'm not left-handed, can manipulate it fine. And note that there's no big scary step up right at the foot of the bed, the little ankle breaker or anything like that. And if you also take a look, you've got plywood decking under the bed. That's the same thing that basically we'll be walking on in the main area of the RV. This has a 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor decking. Now, both sides of the bed have both household and USB plugs, and that's becoming more common. But Cherokee's been doing this for a couple years now. And that's what's really interesting, guys, is when you see the corrugated skin on the side of this, you're inclined to say that it's, basic, entry-level, whatever. But we've got a really advanced equipment package going on here. I mean, we've talked about a lot of really awesome things. Now, kind of like behind the pillows there's actually a nice little headboard shelf, and notice that they even gave you power outlets up there. I mean, this is a very detail-oriented product. I guess you could call it entry-level simply due to the price point, but it's very well equipped. And hey, you want to throw a TV in the bedroom? There you go, right over there. Now, moving over here into the bathroom proper area. Oops, I left the door open, pardon me, so we could see the double entry. We've got a foot flush stool here with just plenty of leg room, so that's not an issue. Handy little place to hang a couple towels. And a bigger max air vent fan here in the bathroom so you can get some superior airflow. And again, being 12 volt operated, that is super, super handy to use when you are boondocking. Now we also have a split open shower door right here. And what's kind of cool about that is it gives you that easier entry, and with a bigger radius gives you more elbow room. Now again, that's kind of like a, oh, darn it, door, hey, there's a kind of half cabinet down here. And the reason they're doing that, like you're wondering, why did they block off the cabinet here? Why did they block off the cabinet in the kitchen? And it's because there's a thing down there. There's some kind of wiring or plumbing or a mechanical object that they don't want cargo shifting and smashing. But you still have the same pressed membrane counters here that you have in the kitchen. I don't know if I even mentioned it, but there you go. And an extra large vanity up here. So, I mean, even in the bathroom, you've got decent personal storage. It's, again, a very impressive model. I keep using that word, but it's appropriate. Now, most of the really fun stuff to talk about is found on the, back side of this fifth wheel toy hauler. However, like I said earlier, there's a lot of really good, smart details going on here, and kind of like Steven Tyler, I don't want to miss a thing. So, we're going to start up front with this fully automotive painted, there we go, nose cap. And if you notice, it's a full cap, not a like 3/4 or half cap. And the difference there is that the nose cap goes all the way up to meet the roof line instead of the roof line coming down to meet the cap. And what's nice about that is that termination strip, which is where the cap meets the roof line, that is like one of the most key areas to keep on top of for maintenance and upkeep to avoid leaks and damage on the RV over time. So by having that up higher, you're kind of keeping the critical seam area there better protected. Now we've got power front leveling jacks on this to do all the the goofy leveling, and the quick little drop legs on it are nice when you're just doing a quick hook and haul sort of situation. Now next to our dump station, we've got this really bright white courtesy light, and it's got its own separate switch, which is nice. So you can turn it on just when you want it and turn it off so you're not constantly annoying the neighbors. You can see there you've got a handy little black tank flush. We'll look at the pass-through on the other side. But we also have, a full outside utility shower here. So whether you're just trying to do a quick cowboy shower before taking the outdoors indoors, or if you want to clean off your toys, clean a couple fish, I don't know, anything. The mag wheels on here, they look killer. They also have tire pressure indicating valve stems on them. Long story short, if the valve stem flips from green to red, then without even, checking anything, you can look at that and say, oh, I need to check the air pressure in my tires. So it's just kind of a handy little feature there to make your life a little simpler and easier. And I think that's important because improper tire inflation is actually the #1 cause of flat tires. Now the ladder on the side actually can be dismounted, but it gives you easy access, that fully walkable roofing there for, seasonal maintenance, upkeep, those sort of things. Now the patio party deck we're looking at in the back here, this is an optional piece of equipment we have added to this one. Now this is a normal option as compared to that Happy Jack Power bed lift that we saw in the rear garage area that we can kind of see here, whereas that is a, custom special order item that we like to put on our models here at Haylett RV. So this thing, like most patio ramps, it has a 3,000 pound loading limit with a 1,500 pound patio limit, which is more than enough for the number of people that could comfortably sit on that thing, assuming a couple chairs. We also have a really nice and fun patio arrangement on this one. So hit the button, bump out that power awning, and go to town. So you've got an elevated rear party deck. But remember, we have that floating picnic table. I mean, there's nothing stopping you you could use it on the deck, or you could use it out here. And it doesn't really matter where you put it. I think you're going to have a good time. Now, just like the kitchen countertops and the bathroom countertops that I talked about, this is also a sealed edge pressed membrane material. So if you happen to leave it outside, or if somebody spills a drink on it, don't have a heart attack, guys. Take the towel, take the napkin, wipe it up, go back to having a good time. Now the awning does have both an auto rain dump feature as well as tiltable awning arms. You've got little set adjustment pegs on the base of the awning, and they're not too high. I can reach them at my height. If you're a little bit shorter, you might need a 1 or 2 step stool, but a lot of fifth wheels, you can't reach the awning arms at all, so that's not too bad. Now notice too, we've got really good visibility off the door side of this RV. So if you want to enjoy the sights of, your campsite instead of the neighbors, that's where this really comes in. Although I don't know where you're ever going to get any sort of better sights and that little hangout station than that rear deck right there. Especially if you're backed into a space that has like an awesome view. Man, that'd just be a fun way to start the day or end the day. Spend all day. I don't care. Anyway. Anti-slam entry door so that it doesn't smash into that awning, which is nice, with a bigger folding handle. And we'll get to those cool MORryde steps in a minute. But I want to mention here that if you do choose to add a TV, you can actually float one screen around multiple areas or just get a couple different screens, because this is a simple, quick-release TV mount. Now, just like you have the blue awning lights, you've got a neat little blue backlight speaker package going on here. And I'm really glad they changed the whole exterior decor and interior decor of this, because all the colors, everything finally works together. It's got one cohesive, very modern look. It was so funny when they first changed from the brown and red stripe generation to the new, like, you know, platinum and graphite generation that we're looking at here. The first comment anyone made was, thank God one of the best campers on the market doesn't look like one of the worst anymore. And I think that's pretty strong, but you know, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. All I know is that more people certainly do seem to like the look of this, and I'm among them. The MORryde steps here, those were on there last year, but once again, just even the little blue accent stickers on those. The little, you know, Cherokee wolf emblem with the blue backsplash on it. Everything, the whole color palette works together now. Those feet pegs can adjust, and on a toy hauler like this that can be used for off-grid use, you're going to appreciate that. Now you see that little tag hanging down there. That is the location of a little outside grill quick connect, and you've got plenty of room to bring an outside grill. You could put that folding picnic table in here. You could put chairs and totes and everything else. And notice that this actually passes all the way through to the front area as well. There's also a solar prep plug up by the nose of the trailer, so if you are looking for that, you know, 12-volt trickle charge methodology, well, hey, you have that too. So I think we accomplished the Steven Tyler I don't want to miss a thing goal here, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, if we're on YouTube, I got to throw the obligatory be sure to like and subscribe, blah 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 in there, but more than that, give us a call. I don't care where you live, these things are on wheels. We have proven there is nobody too far away to work with us here at Haylett RV. There's absolutely no reason someone should be saying something like, well, I had a bought from you guys, but I'm all the way in Florida or Georgia. Why does that stop you? I mean, we make deals happen. Don't assume anything without calling. I guess that's the message I want to leave you with. And short of that, remember that we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.